Tag me in the live. We live.
On Facebook, I will. So we are live. Hello, everybody out there. Thank you for tuning in to an interview with. And tonight's guest is Tina Grimes of the Tina Grimes Foundation. And I will
You're like, hi.
I'll put a little bit of music, just a little bit. We'll get a couple people in the room. Okay.
What's it feel?
Hey, everybody in Facebook land and in YouTube land. Hope life's treating you well. All right. All right, I'm going to share this to your page, Tina.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes.
Okay. And then I'm going to see which one I can get on. Which one is better? We shall see.
Okay.
I can do this one here.
Hello, everybody over in YouTube land. How we looking? How y'all feeling? Hi, McKay.
You see everybody.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So thank you to everyone. Hello, and thank you for tuning into an interview with, hosted by yours truly, Eunice White. And tonight I have a dynamic person, Tina Grimes of the Tina Grimes Foundation, her nonprofit that deals with domestic violence awareness. But Tina doesn't just stop there. She has a lot of things going on. She wears a lot of hats. And it's awesome to see women doing so much. I'm just totally inspired. I have to tell you guys that I'm super inspired. Not only will Tina be talking to us about her nonprofit, but Tina also owns a construction company. She have a book out there. She has an upcoming fashion show she's going to talk about, and just so much more. So we'll just start with Tina. Tina, thank you so much for coming on board.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. And let me tell you something. When I say she wear a hat, she's just coming out of her own podcast to jump on this interview. So I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you for this platform too.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Yes. So tell us, who is Tina Grimes?
So Tina Grimes, who am I? Let's see. So I'm a born Washingtonian. I'm from Washington, D.C. I have a nonprofit called the Tina Grimes Foundation, and it's based in Maryland, but we support women who are dealing with domestic violence, homelessness, obesity, teen pregnancy. We do a lot for the community, but one of our main focuses is domestic violence because I am a survivor of domestic violence. And it started at a young age. So I also have a construction company. Electrical is TG Construction. I also have a consulting company, which is Comprehensive Financial Services, where I do taxes. I'll set up your business. I'll get you your certifications. I'll set up nonprofits, get you your 501c3. And I also have 2 books. So that's just a little bit about Tina.
Ooh, I love it.
That's just a little bit.
So you did state that you were a victim of domestic violence, which obviously is why you decided to your venture, the nonprofit. Domestic violence, which obviously is why you decided to
Go ahead.
So again, I was listening to the nonprofit domestic violence, which obviously is that it'll play in the background.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Echo or something like that.
Yes. Hmm.
So, Tina, your experience, your pain brought you to a mission, and how many Tinas have you come across over the years? Through your nonprofit.
How many Tinas? Oh, too many to count. I would say over thousands. I came across a lot of Tinas. And my first battle with domestic violence was I was 15 years old when I first went through a domestic violence relationship that I thought, I was in love at the age of 15. And so I went through that in high school. So
Hmm.
I started talking to kids, young girls, in elementary school. So I used to go to Comedy Hills, and I used to go to Central High School every year and partner with them and talk to the young girls and the young ladies at the high schools and elementary schools. So I started with them very young. So
Hmm. And would you say that a lot of times victims become abusers?
yes,
Have you come across a lot of that?
definitely. Yes, definitely. Because we're always on defense. So a lot of times we do become abusers and we don't like to admit that, but we do. We become jealous. We become violent, meaning if we think something's going to go off, our reaction from being abused, we're going to react. So yes, a lot of times it's that way. We reverse it, but we don't think we are, but we are. Yes, it
So I
happens.
know I know that on your website, I noticed that you have a lot of resources. One being definitely mental health.
Mhm.
When you go out into the community, I know that is it really hard to reach people who have been, victims of domestic violence? I mean, are they like very afraid to come out? Are they receptive to the resources that you guys have to offer? What has been your experience with that?
It depends on where I'm at. A lot of times when I have my events, a lot of people are always on the defense, meaning I hear a lot of, I will, if I was in this, no man would ever hit me, or I would never let nobody do this to me. So I hear that a lot. But then on the back end, they may be going through it.
Hmm.
A lot of times when I go out and talk about domestic violence, and I guess we could say domestic abuse and partnerships, a lot of people think that it's always hitting. It's not hitting all the time. I
Hmm.
may look like this, but I am mentally bruised, mentally damaged because I've cursed out, I got verbally abused, I've been financially abused, mentally. The screaming and yelling, senator, not nothing, that's abuse. If you're in a marriage and your husband cheats constantly and doesn't care about your feelings, that makes you feel like you must be doing something wrong. So in your mind, you might be like, well, I'm not good enough. I might be too fat. I need to lose some weight. Maybe I'm ugly. So that plays a big part in your mind. So it's not always physical abuse that I try to let people know. And then once I say that, they kind of like ease and say, oh, well, maybe I am being abused because they always think it's just physical and it's not.
Hmm.
So that brings me to my first book that I wrote, My Smiles, My Cover Up,
Hmm.
and that is more on the mental abuse, and it's not physical. I wanted women to think about why they stay with people, women, men, why do they stay in relationships? It wasn't like the person abused them, but they treated them bad. They
Hmm.
didn't, do things with them. But so it made the woman feel like she was, not pretty enough. Not, you know, she went out and got lingerie and try to, pretty herself up, and it didn't work. So
Hmm.
it's more on a mental state. So it's like a good topic piece that's why I wrote the book, because I didn't want everybody to think that when you say domestic violence, it's always physical, because it's not.
Hmm.
So yeah.
So with the book, so how do you guys approach the healing part of it? For those that are ready for healing, how do you guys, help them begin that process?
For healing, I have a couple tips that I wrote down.
Hmm.
I'll say for the healing process, that's after they decide to create a plan and to leave their abuser, meaning get counseling,
Mm.
do more self love. And when I say self love, it doesn't mean going to a bar. Self love may mean you might need to take a bubble bath. It may mean you might need to, buy yourself a new outfit. It may mean you need to read the Bible. It may means you need to journal. Do something that makes you feel good. I have on my Zoom, I do. I have like a box, and I put stuff in it, meaning I I put like a shell from Bahamas. I may put an old picture of myself, a piece of clothing. So I tell people to take that box, gather things that you like, and put in that box. And when you're feeling down, take that box and pull out that shell that you pulled off the Bahamas when you went to
Mhm.
the beach. Do something like that. So that's that. I just try to teach that part of self love to heal better. And like I said, counseling number one. I recommend that for anyone who's been in any type of relationship, abusive relationship, any type of trauma, even a car accident, divorce, having a baby, postpartum. I mean, trauma is trauma. So
Mhm.
I always promote that. Yes.
Yeah, and that's awesome too because
Yeah.
trauma is different for everybody. I had
Yes.
a friend that asked me how did I get past my mother's passing,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know how to answer it other than I was like, well, grief is different for everybody.
Yes.
A trauma experience
Yes.
is different for everybody. So
Yes.
I shared how I dealt with it, but
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really dealt with it honestly. I
Right.
mean, I've dealt with it, but I
Mm-hmm.
dealt with it enough to kind of get through it so I could be enough for everybody who was still going through
Right.
it. But I don't
Right.
know if I personally have had an opportunity to really let it
Mm-hmm.
go.
Right. You
And I
should do
found
it.
ways to do it. Like you said, my smile. What you say? My
Yes.
smile is my
Was
cover
my
up.
cover up. Yes.
Yeah.
My smile was my cover up.
Right. And so I had to do
Yep.
that.
So yeah, so because we smile all the time, but we're covering up so much pain. So
Yeah,
that's
many
why that's
times.
where I got the title from. We smile all day. We have to, be the mother, the wife, the this, the that.
Ugh,
So, but on the inside, we're
cover up.
hurting. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, and then you have to
yeah,
figure a way to hold it together. I'm like, okay, hold it
yes,
together, hold it together.
yes,
But
yes,
yeah, but that's interesting. So that's awesome. So any programs you have going on at the time at the moment rather,
mhm,
or future programs going on coming up? I know that we just got out of October, which is Domestic Violence Month.
yes.
That's Domestic Awareness Violence Month.
Domestic violence awareness. Yes,
Awareness Month. Thank you. Something
yes,
like that.
yes.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
So I really wish I had caught you then because you
Mhm.
guys had some programs going on in October,
Yes,
right?
well, we did a lot. We did because of COVID. I couldn't rent the spaces that I wanted to have, so I did a lot of like one-on-one type
Mhm.
things. So I'm doing another event this month, and it'll be at a location. I'll have about 10 or 15 young ladies, and we'll just get together and we'll share and we'll love on each other and we'll have food. And so I'm doing it on a smaller scale. Usually I have it at the Suitland Water Tower every year.
Mhm.
So this year I wasn't able to have it there because due to COVID. So I'm just doing them in like small increments. So I've been doing it via Zoom. I get like a small group, or we may do like a group call. But like I said, the end of this month, and I'm gonna have like 10 or 15 young ladies, and we're gonna just get together, share things that we may be going through, have some
Okay.
food, and just love on each other this month. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what we're gonna.
And
Yeah.
that is awesome. And I want to make sure that I have your information up. Everybody, please check out my banner. I'm going to show you Tina's webpage. And let's see if it shows. And it's showing the Tina Grimes Foundation. Please go to her website.
Yeah.
Again, her foundation's mission is to take a stand against domestic violence. And you can learn so much more. It's very easy to navigate,
Yes.
plenty of information, plenty of resources. And you even had a tab for volunteering. I think I saw that.
Yes,
That's really
yes,
cool.
yes. So when we have our events, I need people to help me set up, help me print all the programs, put them all together. I go out, I get donations from different places. John, I need volunteers for everything. But again, like due to COVID this year, I wasn't able to have my event. So I've just been doing it on a small scale, just speaking at different events, speaking to different women, giving them tips on knowing the signs, how to recognize signs, different signs. So that's what I've been doing via
Mhm.
COVID.
Well, if
Yes.
you don't mind, can you share with us some of the signs we should look for or a person should look
Sure.
for?
I would love to. I have a whole
Mhm.
list. I'll just give you the short version, but I do have a lot of things, a lot of tips that I would like to get. So the first thing I would like to just share is to get to know your partner.
Mhm.
That's number one. And when I say get to know them, it's broad. I want you to see how he treat his family, his mother, his siblings, especially his sisters. See if his father's in his life. See what type of home that he comes from, and then that way you can get to know that person a little better. Because if he treats his mother a certain way, or if he dislikes his mom, then he may have some type of attitude towards women in general based on his mom.
Mm,
The second thing I always say before you leave, to create a plan. Don't ever tell him, "Oh, I'm leaving you." That's a trigger.
mm,
Never say I'm leaving you. I tried that; it did not work.
mm-hmm,
So you never say, "Oh, I'm gonna leave you," or when you come back, I'm not gonna be here. That's a trigger. Never do that. I also teach people to how create a girl code. I say girl code. You and your best friend may have a best friend code, sister code, mom and daughter code.
mm-hmm,
So for me, um, on my Zoom, if somebody call me and they say I need a Pepsi, my word is Pepsi. That means I know that they're in trouble. So you
mm,
create that word,
mm-hmm,
whatever you want for your friend, your mom, your dad, whoever. And then a lot like my daughters, they may call me and they may hang up the phone. That means I know something's going on.
wow.
So you just create that plan with whoever, your mom, sister, brother. Um, and I always say watch for signs. And the signs, he may be very jealous. He may want to isolate you. And when
Mm,
I say that, he may watch what you wear. And I'll give you examples. He may want you not to put on so much makeup. He may want you to look plain. He may don't like your friends. I mean, it's a lot of little signs that you may say, "Oh, girl, he loved me." I hear that a lot from the younger generation. They may say, "Oh, well, I'm going out with Eunice tonight." No, I want you to stay home with me. I want to watch a movie. You say, okay. And I call you, say, I'm gonna stay home with my man. We just got together. But it keeps happening, right? So he's isolating me. I'm going to my family house for Thanksgiving. No, stay with me. Isolate me, right? Um,
mm-hmm,
or all the money, the financial piece. I want to buy you something. I want to buy you some shoes. I want to buy you this. It's good, but that's how he's trapping you.
mm.
Money.
Interesting.
With the money, right?
Mm,
Because you're gonna be like, oh, some, and then you're gonna want that money. He's not gonna give it to you. That's his trap,
mm,
setting you up. It's not all the time, but he's setting you up. I'm gonna buy you some clothes, I'm gonna pay your bills, different things like that. And one of the other things is he may hit you, right? Y'all may get in an argument. He might slap you, and then hug you real quick and say, "I love you. I'm sorry. You made me do that."
mm,
Happened to me. It happened to a lot of females. That's how I started at one time. And guess what you do? Okay, I'm gonna take you back because you love me and I love you, right? And then
right.
years go by, but I fell in love with that person I met in 2013, and now it's 2017, and I'm still in the same position because I fell in love with that person in 2013, who's not the same person in 2017.
Wow.
So it's all it's little stuff that you may think, well, he bought me some shoes. He bought me these new. It's a trap because that's how he got you. Because then you're thinking, okay, well, I can get anything from him, but it comes with a price.
Mm,
So just little signs like that. I just want the younger generation to be aware of. And oh, the last thing too. One more other thing. If he have kids, see how you treat his kids also.
mm-hmm,
Because if he is a man that have kids and never want to be around his kids, it's a reason.
mm-hmm,
He might be a sexual, abuser. Anything. He just may not be that person that is responsible. So it's a lot of little things that you can get from him not wanting to be around certain people. So just little signs I just want people to be aware of. That's just a little tidbit because I know you only have like a what hour show. No,
Well, that's okay because those are good
yeah,
tips. Those are
yeah,
great tips,
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
And before you leave, we definitely want you to let us know when your next event comes up because, especially for
Okay.
those of us who are in the area, we could definitely come
Yeah.
out and
I'll
learn more,
definitely do
support.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like I said, this month it'll be so on the 19th I'm doing another Zoom and it'll be talking about domestic violence awareness and we just come on there and talk. Everybody can input, say what they want to say, and then like I said, at the end of the month, I'm going to have like 10 or 15 young ladies, and then in December I'm taking donations. So what I do for because I can't have my big event, so what I'll do is take donations, and what I'll do is you may have a sister that has 3 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is coming up. Everybody is not fortunate. So I'll reach out to her and get her cash app, and I'll just cash app her some money for her and the kids.
Okay.
Or I usually volunteer with different toy drives, and then we might get clothes and we might just drop them off to different people.
Okay. Sounds
Different,
good.
so that's what I do. And then like Thanksgiving is coming up, so I give out $25 gift cards to families with kids that everybody is not fortunate to say, oh, well, I'm having Thanksgiving, but anything will help. So
Yeah. Most
that's what I'm going
definitely.
to be doing. And hopefully next year, COVID will let up, and then I'll have more events. Because me and Paulette, we're going to do some things next year. Hopefully, COVID will allow us to do some bigger things next year.
Okay, well, that
Yeah,
sounds great. And for
thank you.
those of you all, you met Paulette last week. If you tuned in last week, you met Paulette last week. She also has a nonprofit called Made. My attitude determines everything.
Yes,
And again, she have her pop up boutique pop up this Saturday on the
yes.
13th. If you're in the area,
Hmm.
I'll post that information in the feed in just a moment, so that way you can
Yeah,
be able to attend if you can. So
yes.
that is great. So we've talked about your foundation, and then the book that ties that's pretty much
Mhm.
birthed from the foundation, or maybe the foundation
Yes.
birthed the book birthed the
Right, right,
foundation. One of the two.
right,
But
right.
what is the
Yes,
name of the
yeah.
book? You said again, it's called My Smile.
So the first one is My Smile Was My Cover Up.
Hmm.
This is the first book. I'm trying to get in the camera. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
nice.
yeah, and so this is the second book. My Smile Was My Cover Up Again. This is like a
Mm,
part 2 for this book. And
okay.
this is available in English and Spanish. And moving forward, I want to have all my books in English and Spanish.
Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that in the banner. Um, my smile is my cover up.
And my third book that I'm working on that'll be out probably January is Satan Has Many Faces.
Yeah.
So that's something else that I'm working
And we can find your book where?
on Amazon. You can go to Amazon, you can go to Author House Publishing, you can type it in on your Kindle. It's an easy read, it's a quick read, but it has a lot of information in it. It'll
Okay.
make you think. It'll make you think. And that's what I want women and men to think about.
Okay.
Why would they stay? Yeah.
All right. Well, I have that. I'm going to add that to the. Did I add it? I think I did. Show it. All right. My Smile is My Cover Up by Tina Grimes can be found on Amazon. So we're going to take a moment. Guys in the audience, if you have any questions, please put the questions in the comments for Tina. And I am going to go to a sponsor. All right. I love to play this little beat because the people I'm talking about made this beat, the producers. All right. So tonight's program is sponsored by Untapped Talent Recordings. If you are an artist looking for beats, management, and or a recording studio, visit www.untappedtalentrecords.com. And again, that's www.untappedrecords.com. Also, they have a radio station for your listening pleasure. If you love music, you can reach them. You can listen to Untapped Music Radio every day from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Great music lineup, all genres of music, interviews, spoken word, everything. This channel is absolutely wonderful. So you definitely should check out untappedtalentrecords.com, and for the radio, untappedmusicradio.com. So we are back, and I'm going to try to check really quick for some questions. Let's see what we have going on so
Okay.
far. Any questions from our viewers? Uh, cousin Aretha says, "Looking good,
Oh,
cousin."
oh, thank you, Aretha.
All
She's
right.
so
Let's
sweet.
see what we have going on. Okay. So no questions just yet.
Okay.
All right. So let's go next to talking about your construction company. I was so impressed to hear that you own a construction company.
Thank you. So I do own TG Construction,
Mm-hmm.
and we are primarily electrical contractors. We do residential and commercial.
Mm-hmm.
We do painting and drywall also, but our primary is electrical. So we're actually working on a restaurant now in Tyson's Corner. We're actually doing all the electrical work in that restaurant, and we're gonna change it and make it into like a lounge. It was
Oh,
a
really?
like a restaurant, but they're gonna change it and make it into a lounge now. It's on Chainbridge Road. So I'll post it once it's done,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll make sure you get the inside of it. So we're actually like running a whole job actually out there. So
How did you get involved in
oh
construction?
this is so weird. So I went to it's so weird. I went to school for accounting. I've always worked in construction companies. I worked at Case Design. I worked at Hamilton. I've always worked in this construction industry. And in 2012, the company I was working for at the time, they were like changing management. So with that being said, I started my own company in 2012, and from that it kind of took off. The guy who owned the construction company, he mentored me, and I got all my certifications, my CBE, WMB, all these certifications I had. And I got my actual first contract with the FBI in Virginia.
Oh, wow.
So it was once I got that and got that first check, I said, "Oh, I could do this." I said, "I know how to do this. This is easy." So I've been doing it, since 2012, my own thing, like off and on with the industry, but it's really good. Yeah. So I
So,
love doing that. Yeah.
is it just commercial or residential and or
No,
both?
both. We do
Both.
both, commercial and residential.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
So that is
Yes.
so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely have to keep us updated for that. I
Yes, I
was so impressed.
will.
I was like, what?
I will. It's fun. It's getting to work and getting it done. Working, I have a good crew of people. They're honest, and like I said, I've been knowing them since 2012, and we branched out on our own, and
Hmm.
so it's really good. It's really good.
Oh, congratulations. I'm very
Thank
happy
you.
for you. That is
Thank you.
awesome. That
Thank you
is
so much.
awesome. All right, I want to check back and forth. I'm checking between the two.
Okay.
I think I have a message on my. Did someone send me a message? Getting questions everywhere. Let's see. Any questions, guys? Please put your questions in the feed. What I'm learning it now is I'm trying to remember how to keep up with all the questions.
It's a lot.
Because I had a
Yes.
couple of interviews, and then at the end, I'm like, oh no, we missed this
I
question.
know it's a lot. And
Do.
don't forget, I want to give away 5 tickets to a fashion show.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So with that being said, we can talk about that
Mhm.
next.
Okay.
You are participating in an upcoming fashion show.
Yes.
Is it a benefit fashion show or?
Yeah, I believe it is. It's my friend Tawana Credo and her husband Michael Credo. They have a collection, and I believe they're doing the events. I can't remember what it's for. I know they were going to do one for breast cancer. They usually do one every year,
Mhm.
and they are so gracious to let me be a part of their fashion show. So that is November 20th, and that is at the Comfort Inn Hotel,
Mhm.
9421 Largo Drive. So I wanted to give away 5 tickets for anyone who may be interested in coming. I have a free ticket for you if you would like to
Okay.
come. Not doing anything on the 20th at 3 p.m. You can come out and enjoy the fashion show.
Okay. So again, that is a fashion show coming up, and Tina's
Mhm.
wants to give away 5 free tickets. So
Yep.
Tina, so what's going to be the criteria for getting a ticket?
I don't know. I guess pick 5 people on your feed,
Okay.
and you get their names, and then I'll you give them to me, and I'll put them on the list, and the tickets will be waiting for them. No
Okay.
criteria. I like to make things easy. No criteria, unless you have
Okay.
something in mind.
Okay, so once again, if you don't mind, I'm going to put this in on a create another banner. Um,
Okay.
the date is when?
It's November 20th at 3 p.m.
Okay,
Good thing you know how to create these banners.
I'm just learning.
So,
All right, you said 3 p.m. I do
yes,
recall Comfort Inn.
Comfort Inn Hotel, and it's 9421 Largo Drive West.
Okay. All right. Let's get this up here. So everybody, if you want to attend this fashion show, let the sisters know.
Yeah.
Put your comments in the feed.
The
If you
20th. It's the
Oh, the
20th.
20th. I'm so sorry,
Yes.
guys. It's the 20th.
Yes.
Let's see if I can edit
Yes.
this really
Yes.
quickly. Where are you? How do you edit that out of there? The 20th.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
What day is that? Is it Saturday?
That's Saturday. It's
But
on Saturday. Yeah.
all right. So again, it is a
Yeah.
fashion show, 11/20/2021, 3 p.m.
Yes.
Comfort Inn Hotel and Suites. If you guys can make it, if you would love
Hmm.
to attend,
Yeah.
let us know so we can have Tina add you to the list.
Yeah.
Put the information in the comments if you don't mind. Let's see here, and then we can add you.
Yeah.
All right, we go to Facebook really quickly. And if you're viewing, guys, if you're viewing, please let us know you're on by making giving us a comment. Let us know that you're on board because I see the views, but I can't see everybody. I don't know who all is viewing, but
Hmm.
we do have some views. Okay, so that is really interesting. So the people who's hosting the show, they're providing all the clothes. They design the clothes themselves.
Yes, yes, they make the clothes. They have a great collection.
Ooh,
And
wow.
again, they were so gracious to find something for me to wear. So when I be walking, I think I'm a model. So it helps the young ladies with their self esteem, and they've been doing this for years. So
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, they have a great audience, and they have great clothing. So it's going to be a great event. So
Oh,
y'all should just
good.
come out, just have something to do in the COVID.
How much are the tickets anyway?
$10.
Okay, not bad.
$10. Yeah.
Okay, well, I definitely should come out. I definitely should come out
I
and
have a ticket
support.
for you, so you should just come on out.
Oh, sure, no
Yeah,
problem.
I
I'll
have a
be
ticket
there.
for you. Yeah. I got your name. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I
you
appreciate it.
you on that list. You and a guest if you want to bring somebody. Yeah.
Okay, I can definitely do that. I can
Yeah.
definitely do that.
Yeah. So
Um,
you on the list.
I appreciate it. So I wanted to well, you know what? Maybe it's time for another sponsor. So, what I'm going to do really quickly is let's see, let's find another sponsor. I wanted to make sure I kept my people on
Mm.
board. So, let's see. Here we go. So I can show it. I'm learning this thing. All right. So our next sponsor, even though they don't know they're a sponsor, but they're going to be a sponsor because they were on the show last week, and I want to make sure that we keep pushing their event. Trash to Treasures Pop Up, guys, is an organization that was headed by Miss Paulette. You guys met Miss Paulette Nixon last week, and she is one of the co-founders of Trash to Treasures. They're having a pop up this weekend, guys. It's Saturday, November the 13th, and it's from 12 to 4 at State Bridge Suites, Largo, Maryland. So if you're not doing anything, please feel free to stop by. You can visit their website also, Trash to Treasuries. I don't have that in front of me, do I?
It's Treasure
Um,
Treasures. And they're on
Trash,
Instagram.
yeah, they're on Instagram.
Hmm.
I thought I had it up here. There it is, Trash to Treasures 7 boutique.com, where you can get a preview of some of the beautiful pieces you're going to see that day. But definitely go out and ask for Miss Paulette Nixon. I forget who her friend is, but she'll be more than willing to help you out and style you nicely. So that is again November the 13th, and it starts at, I believe I had it at 2 o'clock.
And her partner is Terry.
Terry. Okay,
Yes.
so it's Paulette and Terry.
Yes.
So
Yes.
again, Trash to Treasures pop up on Saturday,
Mhm.
November 13th from 12 to 4,
Yeah.
State Bridge Suites, Largo, Maryland. Ask for Paulette and Terry.
Yes.
All right.
Woo, woo. I'll be there too.
Yeah, I'm going to be there too. I said I was
I'm
definitely
gonna
going
be
to
there
come out. I
too.
want to come out and support. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm really like impressed by all that you guys do. Even Paulette last week, I was like, oh
Mhm.
my God, you ladies wear so many hats
Yeah.
and you're wearing it well. Like you're wearing them all
Thank
well. That is just so awesome.
you.
Um, you have a podcast as well, right? Is it
Yes.
via Zoom
Yes.
or is this a separate podcast?
It's via Zoom, and then I go Facebook Live, and it's called Talks with Tina G. That's my
Okay.
alter ego. So it's called Talks with Tina G, and I do it twice a month. and we talk about anything. No topic is off limits.
Hmm.
So I started that last year because I couldn't have my event for domestic violence. So I did it like via Zoom, has people come on and do it, and then everybody just kept saying, "Are you coming back on?" And it has helped a lot of people.
Hmm.
I know, and that was my goal, is to have the podcast to share stories, let everybody share, and then let people pick their own battles, what they want to stay in, what they don't. And like I said, it has helped a lot of people behind the scenes. I know it has, because yeah, I talk to them, so it's helped a lot of people get out of relationships. It helps people to see things clear, to
Hmm.
let them know, because a lot of people's like, because they're not in a domestic violence relationship, it wouldn't be interesting to them, right? So when they came on and they heard different stories of how people were treated, it's not just physical. And it
Hmm.
was like, oh, I do need to be on this. I do need to listen. So a lot of them call in, they might not want to, be live, which is fine with me as long as they're getting help. That's
Hmm.
fine. So yeah, so
So
I'm happy with that.
I want to make sure I have this right. Talks with Tina
Talks
live.
with Tina G,
Tina
and the
G.
G is GEE.
Oh, I like that.
So yeah, so my name is, and this and so another thing I do, like with my comprehensive financial services, I set up people businesses.
Hmm.
My thing is get legal, because a lot of people have business names and they have nonprofits and they have podcasts and they're not legal. Everything I do is legal. I register everything that I said. My talks with Tina, that's my name, Tina GEE, the way it's spelled, that belongs to me,
Hmm.
because I own that name. Everything I do is legal. I get you registered, get your EIN number. I do all that with your nonprofit. I help you get your 501(c)(3).
Hmm.
I do all your paperwork, your budgets. I do your bylaws. I do all the paperwork that you would need to get legal. So that's my motto, is to get legal. So that's why I do um, what I do, because a lot of people, it's just a matter of getting, your name registered with the state. You have to pay taxes. I let them do that. So I will be with you from A through Z if you want me
Hmm.
to be. So
And
I'll do your
what is
books.
the
I'll
name of
do
that
everything.
business again?
It's called Comprehensive Financial Services, and I'm waiting on that website to get loaded. I have to get my trademark. I'm waiting for my young lady who does my trademarks and my all my logos for me to get back to me so I can put that up. So yeah, but it's legal. It's registered. So yeah, so I'm registered, so it's good. So it's called Comprehensive Financial Services, and that
Okay.
means I do everything, and I do everything.
Okay. Um, I have another question regarding that. But I want to
Sure.
go back to your talk show, your live talk show. You said
Okay.
Facebook and Zoom twice a month.
Yes, I
Okay.
do it on Fridays.
Okay.
Fridays at 7. Yeah. And
Okay.
then I just pick a Friday. So it's
Oh,
random. So it's not like, oh, I do it the first and the third. It's random.
okay.
Yeah. So it's
And you
random.
talk about whatever
Whatever
pops
we
up.
want
Like,
to talk, whatever. We can
oh
talk about
wow.
relationships. We talk about a lot of domestic violence. We talk about forgiving people. I have a whole list. I read apology from one of my abusers on there, and we
Mm.
discussed that. We watched the movie Death Saved My Life on Lifetime, and we watched that. We discussed, different signs that she could have saw in that movie.
Oh
So
wow.
it's just a space where women, we can just get on here, we can talk about anything, we share each other's business. If anybody have a business, I'll promote their business on there. They can type it in, and you can see it that way. So it's just a safe space for us to talk, women, whoever want to get on there. I have men on there too, so I would say anyone can come on there and talk. So yeah.
Have you ever had a former? Well, I don't want to just
Hmm.
base it on
Hmm.
a man, but have you ever had a man who was a former abuser and he's like healed from it and he's, I don't know,
Apologize to me.
not you, well, to you,
Just
yeah,
anybody.
anybody, yeah. Have you
Yes.
come across men that are like recovering from
Yes.
situations like that, and have they
Yes.
been instrumental in helping women recognize
Um,
certain things?
well, I met a couple guys recently who started domestic violence nonprofit organization, which I thought was great. But I have ran into guys who were abusers, and they realized they had issues with their mother. They realized, the drinking, the drugs that they were taking at the time, and they changed their life. They don't do that anymore, and they do speak against that. I had um, my first event in 2012, I had my friends who she lost her husband. He was the first guy that spoke at my event, and he
Hmm.
said he, would see that, but he knew he didn't want to be like that. And
Hmm.
so he spoke at my first event that I had, and so it was awesome to see that. So I welcome, men who have been through that to, reach out, share, so they can share their story, because I'm sure it would help a lot of people.
Hmm.
So yes.
And then you also had mentioned, I know we're going back to that for a
No,
second, but
that's
I just
fine. No.
recall you mentioning that you also came across men who were victims. Have you ever come across a man who stayed in a relationship but was
Yes.
being abused? Why?
I
What
know
was his
one
reason?
right now who stays because he doesn't realize that he is being abused.
Oh.
And it's not all physical, it's mental and
Hmm.
it's verbal. It's some physical, but for him being like a macho type guy, he is really in a domestic violence relationship, but he stays and he feel like he have to stay to help with the bills. And the sad part is the female knows what she's doing, and it's kind of sad to watch, but all I can do is watch, because I can't, you have to wait until the person is ready to leave.
Hmm.
You can't like tell them anything, because they won't listen. I was that person too. So you just have to sit there and watch and hear his stories. Like when you hear stories, it's like, I mean, you like 6, 7, or 8, and this is what happened to you. But I know someone personally right now that is in that situation. But I mean, it's it's hard to watch, but eventually they'll get tired. They'll get tired of it. Yep.
Mm.
So
That
yeah,
is that
yeah.
is interesting.
I know it's very interesting, because, like I say, he's you know tall, and it's just like wow. But yeah, he's in a situation. I do know someone that's in that situation right now today. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
well, I mean, it's some great information.
yeah.
I mean, I definitely when I went through your website, I was very
Mm-hmm,
impressed with a lot of the resources that you offer. And
mm-hmm,
besides just focusing on
mm-hmm,
domestic violence awareness, can
mm-hmm,
you tell us more, also more of what your nonprofit focuses on? I know I saw a bunch of resources. Is
mm-hmm.
there anything else? I know you talked about what's was it obesity?
Obesity. So yes, so it's a lot. So obesity in the summertime, before COVID, we used to walk like 4 miles. So me and a friend, we start walking, and then it was like 10 people and 20 people. So we just walk. You
Hmm.
may not be able to go to a gym. You might can't afford that. So we started with walking,
Hmm.
and taking care of yourself better. So I'm actually working on that now, working on myself. So when once COVID is over, then I can start back walking and get another group together.
Hmm.
We focus on homelessness. I was homeless at one time in my life, twice maybe. So what I do is when I run across young ladies who are homeless or facing homeless, I reach out to their parents for them, their family members, or either take them to the place in DC where you have to go through to get into different shelters,
Hmm.
help them write letters. I do all the leg work, paperwork, whatever I can do to assist them with that. When DC um, General was open in that shelter over there. It was a lot of young ladies over there that I would just go and drop off clothes to. Some of them I used to take on interviews. I know one time I took a young lady. She was light, light. and she was going on the interview. She had a passion mark, and I was like, you can't. You got to put a collar. You can't go on the interview with a whole big passion mark all across your neck. So just different things like that. Just working with anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. If I can help you, I'm willing to help. So sometimes people might call and say they need clothes for interviews, and I may not have no, because I don't have it now, again, due to COVID. But what I would do is I may call you, I may call Paulette, I may call somebody else. I say, hey, do you have any size 10 pants or shirts, fairly new? And we can get it to this young lady. And if not, then I'll go to the store and buy it so they
Mm-hmm.
can go to an interview, help them with their resume writing. So we're going to teach that. So that's a lot of things that we're going to work on together, like teaching different etiquette classes for them to work on their resume, how the questions to ask on a resume,
Mm-hmm.
things not to say, not don't go with a passion mark, don't go with purple lipstick, things like that. So we just do a lot of hands on things, and put them in the right place with the people that they need. So that's
And
what I
where
do.
did this come from? Where did this passion from this? Where did it come from?
This came
Because
from.
it's absolutely beautiful. Like I said, you do so much, and it's absolutely beautiful to see you being able to share your gifts across
mm,
a different,
Thank
I don't
you.
know, nonprofit to the construction. I mean, I'm like, good Lord, that is so awesome.
Well, I think a lot of it comes from my upbringing because of what I went through, the domestic violence, being homeless. Just for me, I always had to make a way for myself. And so that's one way that I give back, is that if I can help somebody that's going through what I went through or worse, then I'm going to help them. And so these are the many things that I went through. And so this is what I'm really passionate about, helping them get through that. So if I know someone that, like I said, maybe homeless or facing home, I'm going to see what I can do to help them reach out, make the phone calls to, different shelters or resources, and just make phone calls. You might know somebody, so that's where it came from. It just come from my life, my upbringing, and my passion to help someone, because if I had these resources back then, things would have been a little different for me. But now it's so many, resources now, and there's so many people that I network with that are doing great things in the community. So
Hmm.
this is just my little, gift to give back to people. So
Well, I think that's awesome. A lot of
thank
times, I bet you probably, and I've been through similar situations where you're going through some tough times. You're like, oh my God, why am I going through this?
you.
Only to get down the
Yeah,
road and
yeah,
realize that
yeah,
your your
yeah,
test was going to eventually be your
yes,
testimony, and then turned into something that you can use to help other people.
yes.
You got to pull people up from behind you sometimes.
Yes,
And I think that's
that's
really
my new
beautiful.
thing too. I say my pain is my strength. So
Yeah,
all the pain that I went through, that's what keeps me going. That's what
yeah,
I'm so
yeah,
passionate about, is helping someone. Like I said, if even if someone is going through something, I'm gonna, and they got a craft, we're gonna set up your business so you'll never be financially dependent on anyone, no
yeah.
man, no woman, your mom, nobody. So
Right.
that's this is what I do, and this is what I'm so passionate about.
Well,
It's
tell
to help
everybody
people.
how they can get in contact with you with respect to your comprehensive financial service.
Well, they
Um,
can I'll give them my they can reach me on the social media. On Facebook, I'm just
mhm.
Tina Grimes. On Instagram, I am author Tina. And then if they want to contact me via phone, my business line is I'll get it myself. It's 240-722-8400. And if they want to call the construction line, I think the number is 301-337-2123. So I have like four different, so many
Mhm.
numbers, but yeah. So they can reach out to me anyway.
You said 301-337. Was that
Two
right?
one two three.
Three
Yes.
one two three for the construction line.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so viewers, you have any questions for Tina before we close? We're gonna close in a
I think
just a
nobody
little
had no
bit.
questions for me. Oh, that's it. I rock. I love you, Paulette.
Yeah.
We like you are.
Hi, Paulette. So that is awesome. So that is awesome. I'm going to check for some questions really quickly. Do we have any comments?
They don't have no. They're gonna have questions after the fact. I'm gonna be gone.
I want to make sure I haven't lost it. But again, everybody, this is always available on repeat on both my YouTube and my Facebook
Okay.
page. So if you have questions, I mean, you can always ask questions. I'm pretty sure you
Hmm.
can ask questions and get
Yes.
some answers. Um,
Yes.
I do have a comprehensive financial services line, 240-722-8400. Again, Tina is very hands-on with helping you to, create a business, one that's legal and one that
Yes.
will take care of all of your needs from A to Z. So get in contact with her for that. And also her construction line. Again, she provides electrical services, both residential and commercial. And if you need any assistance or help, service, please reach out to her at 301-337-2123. And then the nonprofit organization again is called the Tina Grimes Foundation. And
Yes.
again, that's her foundation that is promoting domestic violence awareness as well as other services to the community. And she provides lots of resources, all from mental health to just education to etiquette. She has everything on a website, so you can also reach her there. Let's see if I can find that really quickly. Let's see. I'm trying to learn how to do this while I'm talking. Okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot we
It's a
do.
lot. It is.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then Tito is always will also be in a fashion show, a benefit fashion show that takes place on November the 20th at 3 p.m. Comfort Inn Suites and Hotel, or Hotel and Suites, something like that. 9421 Largo Drive West in Largo, Maryland.
Yes.
So if you want to come out and see some wonderful fashions,
Yes.
please do. She's going to be one of the models in the fashion show. So that
Remember.
is something else. And then don't forget that twice a month she have her own podcast Zoom
Mm-hmm.
talk show, and
Mm-hmm.
it's called Talk with Tina G live twice a
Mm-hmm.
month on a Friday on
Yeah.
Facebook and Zoom at 7 p.m. And you can reach her if you follow her on Facebook. It's
Yes.
Tina Grimes, right? Just
Yes.
Tina
Tina
Grimes.
Clemens.
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm trying to
Mhm.
make sure I covered everything. And
Thank
then Tina
you.
also has a book. Let's see. My
Two
Smile is My
books.
Cover Up, which you can find
Two books.
on Amazon. Where is it?
You just handed
Uh,
out.
there it is. My Smile is My
Mhm.
Cover Up. There's actually 2 to 3 books, but My Smile is
Mhm.
My Cover Up is the first book, and
Yes.
My Smile is My Cover Up again.
Yes.
The second book,
Yes.
is this two?
Okay. Yes.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
yes, just two for now.
Okay.
Yes.
And by Tina Grimes, and her books can be found on Amazon.
Amazon.
And as
Yes.
she stated, they're very quick reads, but
Yes.
filled with lots of gems if you want to
Yes.
enjoy the read. So we gotta
Yes.
definitely get a copy and read those as they
Yes.
pertain to domestic violence. So that'd be great.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. So is there anything else you want to share with us before we close?
Oh, I think I shared enough. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for sharing your platform with me.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. I do appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too. Thank you
Thank
so much for coming on board.
thank
Well, everybody, I want you guys to give Miss Tina Grimes a hand. Thank you so much. She's wearing a lot of hats, but she's doing some great things in the community. And again, if you have any questions, I'm going to double check one more time before I
Okay.
close because
Okay.
I wish I don't want to miss anybody. Definitely give her let us know and give her a
Okay.
holler again.
Yeah.
Um, it doesn't the interview doesn't stop here. These
Mhm.
lives are going to always be available for you to go back and chit chat with Tina.
Uh,
She's left a lot of information. I will put everything in the feed as well, so you'll have it for
thank you
future
so
use. But
much.
yeah, it has just been great. So I
Thank
just wanted to
you.
thank you again. Again, my name is
No
Eunice
problem.
White, and I am the host of An Interview With. And An Interview With is a show I created because it gives me an opportunity to meet talented people like Tina,
Mhm.
who come from all walks of life, providing services from all walks of life, and providing their hearts and their passion from all walks of life. And I just enjoy being
Oh.
able to
Mhm.
talk with these people and reach more further a greater audience. So that is my reason for doing this. I also want to thank my sponsor again tonight, which was Untapped. talentrecords.com. And again, if you are a recording artist, if you're looking for beats or management, looking for studio time, you can get in contact with them at www.untappedtalentrecords.com. They also have a radio show, an internet radio show called Untapped Music Radio. You get in contact with them on there as well because you'll get to hear so much great music and so much great content. As a matter of fact, my show is on that channel as well once a month. And they air daily from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. So thank you, UTR, for supporting me and sponsoring my shows. And again, thank you to Tina Grimes. Thank you
Thank
to
you.
everybody who tuned in. I'm so appreciative.
Yes.
I'm so appreciative of all you guys tuning in. And don't forget to like and share. If you go to my YouTube channel,
Mhm.
Eunice White, please go over there and check out the
Yes.
channel. Subscribe, please. Like
Mhm.
the content. I think it's you hit the notification bell so you know whenever I'm going to be keep
Oh
uploading
yeah. Oh yeah.
a new video,
I'm gonna do
and
that.
it helps me get my little channel up and growing and that kind of thing. So yeah. So I do appreciate it,
Thank
Tina.
you so
Thank you for your
much.
time.
You have a good night.
All right, you do too. You take
Thank
care.
you. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
everybody. Everybody take care.
Bye.
Bye.